JC, we've talked about the offensive line with Coach Burleson. I know that's his baby. He loves the O-line.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of spots to replace around you, but I know that he said a lot of guys have gotten some playing time. It's not totally new to them. What are you expecting from the O-line as you prepare for this season?
I'm expecting greatness, honestly. I feel like we have guys, like Coach Burleson said, we have guys that are ready to step in. They've played before. Yeah, they're new faces, but they've seen the field already, and they're equipped with what they need to go on the field and excel. And I feel like we'll do fine.
Jaquan, it's been a little bit since we've seen you get in a game.
For sure.
What are your emotions like as you prepare for?
My emotions, more so wild up, if anything. Ready to go, honestly. Been too long since I hit the field. I know I got a lot to prove, a big statement, so that's what I'm coming with.
You guys have a lot of different quarterbacks trying to get the job, which is seems like that's every year for y'all. But what can you tell us about the different guys that you guys have competing to be the QB?
A lot of differentiality for sure. A lot of weapons for sure. That's on offense, not even just considering the quarterback. But with everybody that we have coming in, we have about 6-7 guys that have potential to start here. So obviously we have the depth. That comes with it, so I'm cool with it.
Jaxson, same question to you. You've worked with the QBs a little bit. What have you seen?
So far this summer, we've just seen a lot of guys ready to compete. All of them have been here all summer, showing that they really want the job. And so that's something you like to see as an older guy in the program. Obviously, it's not going to be a returning starter because Ty started the majority of the games last year. But everyone who's been here is competing. That's what we're really looking for. Who's going to be a dog? Who's going to come in when we need it and make a play? Not just a guy who, we need someone who's going to be dynamic, and all 6 or 7 guys have the capability of that. It's just who's going to learn the offense, lead this team, and really, that's really what it's going to come down to.
Since you guys have kind of always had that battle, does that help maybe that part of it isn't new, that you guys have been through this? It's just kind of part of the off season for you guys, so it's not a weird thing of, who's it going to be? That you guys kind of have experience dealing with these quarterback battles leading into the season?
Coming in, it's always like a competitive mentality. Once you come in, we have 0 starters. That's every season we come in. No matter what the past revealed. Obviously we know you got potential. That's the point. But especially with the new guys coming in, we don't know exactly what they have, not until they touch the field. So obviously, whenever they come here, find out who the dogs. Some dog mentality, trying to figure out who's who. Take back the plus from the boys.
I think you said it good. Like, coming in, Coach B said this morning, we have 0 returning starters, and so it is nice to have kind of been in a familiar situation, but it's not like we're coming in with losing a 4-year starter at quarterback, so it's a fresh start for everybody, and I feel like that's nicer for them in that room. They know everyone, we're on the same spot right now. It's up to me to separate myself, and so, I guess it is nice to know that we've been through this situation.
All right, I'm going to go down the line this way. So, coming back this time around, obviously from an injury, you look at where you're at, I guess a year from last year. Take me through what it's taken to get to this point for you to get back in shape and get ready to get back on the field.
Getting back in shape really is nothing. Being a shoulder injury, able to still remove my legs and everything. My legs still work, so it's been a journey for sure. Trying to fight the energy, battling through things that I didn't think I would be able to, but body recovered faster than anybody really thought it would, for sure. Didn't think I could be able to throw up weights that I do now, but I'm not going to say I'm sitting here hitting PRs, but it's pretty close. So adversity's been there for sure, as is anything in life, but this game of football teaches you, keep persevering through everything, so that's what I'm going through. I'm good.
You and Bryson are going to be a pretty brutal backfield to watch this year. I guess, how exciting is that for you to have that partner in crime back there too?
Definitely exciting, especially coming from the same hometown. Got people turning their heads, so it's loud. A great experience. 2 weapons back there, obviously more depth in it, so that's out.
John. All right, so some more O-line talk. You're going to be the face of this O-line. Obviously, there's going to be some position battles, and they're going to be looking up to you, I guess, through this process. What does that mean to you to kind of be the leader of this O-line, as well as what are you looking forward to seeing from the rest of the group?
What I'm looking forward to is just seeing growth. I mean, like I said, everyone that we have right now is equipped to hit the field and ready to play, but there's always room for improvement. Even with myself being a senior, there's room for me to improve, and that's just really the big thing that I'm looking forward to, is see everyone progress and become better every day. And it's just interesting to see, like we said, there's 0 starters, so it's going to be interesting to see what 5 hits the field and what 5 dominates. So.
What are you looking forward to, I guess, in terms of growth maybe from last year? You guys had a pretty loaded unit last year, so how can that change to even improve even more in 2019?
I say just us being more dynamic. I mean, we're pretty dynamic as it is, but just going forward and being able to have a tremendous amount of depth, I would say, where we could roll 1s, 2s, and 3s, and whoever hits the field, it's a 10-yard gain, 15-yard gain, 20-yard gain, and just to keep the ball rolling and just keep moving down the field. It's like nobody, like it's not a different line that's in there. It's like it's the ones the whole time. And like I said, that just to see that growth would be nice, because in the past we have had a few it drops off at this position and that position. But like I said, it'll just be nice to see everyone progress and just seem like it's the ones in the whole time.
That's good, check. All right, so obviously last year Reese was a big factor on the offense, to say the least. What did you learn from him that can kind of help guide you this upcoming season to be that leading wide receiver out there?
Well, I probably got to know a little bit more about Reese. We lived together for 2 years, and it's more off the field, just the way he did things. When he got in here, Reese is an onion. You got to peel back the layers, and when you really get to know him, the way he loved on his teammates and wanted other guys to succeed, it wasn't ever about him. He hated it when it was about him. He did stuff on the field that you can't replace a player like that. And so just the way he brought the people around him, brought them together, I think that's the majority, or the biggest thing I learned from him. And bringing these young guys we have now, obviously it's going to be a lot of new faces, more of a contribution from different people than one guy. And so bringing all these young guys together and rallying everybody and seeing what we can do as a group rather than just a couple guys.
You also mentioned, of course, now you're going to be one of the leaders of that offensive side, and bringing up Mary Hardin Baylor. I know that's obviously the name that has given you guys those previous losses. This time around, though, what can this unit in particular offensively do to put HSU over the top against a team like Mary Hardin Baylor moving forward?
When you break it down, a football game comes down to 3 or 4 plays that you either make or you don't. That's really going to be the outcome in bigger games. And so just finding whatever that is from week to week, making that play, making the big play, putting yourself in position to make that play. And that doesn't just happen. That comes with reps and reps and reps throughout fall camp. And so getting these guys ready to, when your number's called, make that play. And so those guys in Belton, they play great defense. They play fundamentally sound. They're a great team. And so it's always going to be a battle with them. It's not anything that we can do that we know is going to be there's no magic secret. It's playing hard every play. And so,
That's exactly what we want.
Having everybody ready, wouldn't have it any other way.
Jonathan, do you think going 9-2 again would be a disappointment?
To me, yes, because I've been 9-2 3 years in a row. And we talk about that all the time, taking the next step from being great to elite. It's hard to do, but I'm ready to do it, and I feel like we have the talent now. I mean, we've always had the talent to do that, but like they said, it's just always those 3 or 4 plays make a game. It's either a hit or a miss with that. So, like I said, I'm ready to take that step to being elite, and 9-2 would be a disappointment to me just because it's been the same thing. It's repetitive, and like I said, progression and growth is what I look forward to.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, guys.